Do dancers really need strength training, or is that just something we say for fun? Short answer, yes, they do. Hello and welcome back to another video. You've already seen the title, you've already seen the intro, you know what we're talking about today. We are going to talk about why dancers need strength training. It is something that I am going to build so much of my channel on. It is something that I am so passionate about, so we have to talk about it. I even have my mind map here. I am ready to go. So before we get things started, there is one thing I want to address that I know so many dancers are concerned about, and that is the big old question. Will strength training make me bulky? No, it will not. Trust me, if it were that easy, you would not need BBLs nowadays, because you could just build a bubble butt in a couple of weeks. People would take advantage of it if it was that easy to build that much muscle to make you look bulky. It takes a lot of years, it takes a lot of dedication, nutrition. There are so many factors playing a big role. And especially if you're a woman, it is so much harder to build muscle that looks bulky. Unless you wanna, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but if you wanna juice it up, So let's just put that out of the way. No, you will not get bulky. And if you do, then you've worked really hard to get there. And it's not like you can't stop at any point. So let's get that out of the way. All right, so I have so many points that I want to bring up. So I've divided it into 2 big points. And then I'm just going to talk it through. Number 1, it is going to prepare you for high demand, and it will enhance your performance. You don't need me to tell you that dancing demands so much from you. We are moving in different directions. We are on the floor, off the floor, doing big leaps and jumps. Maybe you're, a break dancer, or maybe you're a ballerina. Whatever your style is, it demands so much. So thinking that just doing dance training by itself is going to prepare you for that demand, some people have made it, they've done it before, but it is still one of the reasons why dancers have so many injuries, which is a point we're going to get to later. But first and foremost, if you look at other athletes, they are doing strength and conditioning work as well. You have rugby players, you have football players. I can't think of any other sports, but you get what I mean, right? So we need to treat our bodies the same way as professional athletes do, because we're also putting a lot of high demand on our bodies. When you are training in dance class, you will of course do what the teacher is telling you, or whatever is presented to you when it comes to choreography, exercises, and etc. But you don't always have control over how many times you're doing things, how much strain you're putting on your muscles. You're getting fatigued. There are a lot of things that are happening, especially if you have a very demanding choreography or repertoire. You don't really have that control over it. When you're in the gym, if you have a structured plan, you're not just doing things on a whim, you're in a controlled environment. You're doing sets, reps, rest time. All of these things help you keep it in a controlled environment, which will mean that you are pushing your body, but you're not pushing it too much. You're giving it stimuli. You're getting work in without overworking. In this controlled environment, you are safely making sure that you are building up your stamina, you're building up your strength, you're building up your power. All of these things that are necessary for you to be better in the studio, on stage, wherever you need to take your dancing, maybe even in the streets. Wherever you are. Incorporating strength training as well is going to make you better when it comes to controlling your body. It's going to increase mobility. Mobility is not the same as flexibility. Mobility is being able to is being able to control the full range of motion. So not just being able to kick up your leg and doing all this stuff, but actually having control through the entire range of motion. It's going to make you better at moving in different directions with a lot of explosiveness. It's going to make you better suited for all the powerful moves that you're able to do. It's going to give your muscles the endurance they need so that you can perform at your best. And the stronger you are as a dancer, the more versatile you are as a dancer as well, because you're able to handle so much more, and not just what you're doing in class. You don't want class to be the hardest thing you're doing. You don't want your performance to be the hardest thing that you're doing. You want to be able to push that threshold so your body is able to handle more demand. And when it is able to handle more demand, then you can focus on the artistic expression. You can focus on what you want to provide the audience or the camera or Are there any other things? Even yourself, so you're not thinking about how fatigued you are, how tiring it is. You are more focused on being able to perform at your best. Another important thing is that strength equals your body's ability to produce and exert force, which again means the stronger you are, the more you are able to give out. The higher your leaps are going to be, the stronger you're going to be in your movements. Don't let weakness and fatigue compromise your artistic expression. My feet are falling asleep. We're going to have to change positions. Number 2 is going to be you will decrease the risk of injury. Now, you can't prevent injury because it can happen by accident. You can never prevent that. But what you can prevent is one of the main reasons why we get injured, and that is muscles being overtrained and overused. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking,
okay, so they're overtrained and overused. How is more training going to help me decrease the risk of injury?
Aren't you happy I made this video? I will explain exactly that. There are different reasons why your muscles are going to be overtrained or overused. One of them can be muscular imbalance, which is a big driving factor when it comes to injuries. Do not tell me that you do not have a side that you prefer, a side that is stronger, maybe more flexible. We all have that one side. And even though we, during warm-ups, will try to do both sides, left and right, you will still have a side that you're maybe better at because it is stronger due to choreography that maybe prefer one side. Maybe you're more flexible on one leg, and it's so much more fun to stretch and work on the side that is more flexible. If your kick is, kicking yourself in the head, your kick is kicking yourself. If you can kick yourself in the head on one side and the other leg is coming like here, you're gonna want to kick on this side. So that just means that the more you're doing that, the more the gap between the two sides is going to increase. When one side is stronger than the other, this creates unbalance. Imbalance, there is no balance, which is going to affect your posture. It's going to affect the way that you are moving. It's not going to be as athletic. Your stronger muscles, by design, are going to take over if you have weaker muscles or a side that is weaker. That is just the way your body works. Your body doesn't think, oh, this is not the right way to do it. It is just going to think to itself, oh, this is going to be easier. The stronger muscles, they're going to take the load. That makes it easier for me. But then again, leads to issues, one side again working more, making it overtrained. It doesn't necessarily have to be one side is stronger. It can also be maybe one muscle group is stronger. Some muscle groups are easier to work with body weight, and some muscle groups are harder. Let's take, for instance, your knee. If your quads, the front of your thighs, are stronger than the backs of your thighs, the hamstrings, this is going to put your knee joint under uneven stress because the front is stronger than the back. There is no balance there. And knees, they often have a lot of problems. Your quads are so much easier to work out, with body weight than your hamstrings. Your back as well is so much easier to work chest. Let's say you do push-ups. For your quads, you're doing squats, you're doing pistol squats. They are hard as hell to do with body weight. But your hamstrings, they're not that easy to load. And your back as well, you have chin-ups and you have pull-ups, but still, it's not a very easy body part to load with just body weight. So there is a big chance that there is going to be a little bit of a gap between how strong the different body parts are. Please don't get distracted by my gesticulation. Another thing that can also happen is you have the big body parts and you also have stabilizing muscles, which are a little bit smaller. And again, they're there to stabilize. But when your stronger muscles, when they get more fatigued, your stabilizers are going to step in, and they're probably not used to doing that kind of work. So when suddenly you have muscles who aren't used to a lot of stimuli, why do I not check these words beforehand? This word, then this is a demand that they are not used to, which is going to make them overstressed. They can get stressed too, and overworked, which again can lead to injuries. Another thing that we kind of touched on in the first point, when you're fatigued, it is harder to perform with the right technique. And when you're not performing with the right technique, this also increases the risk of injury. So making sure that you have your endurance, your stamina, the power and the strength to push through, even though you're getting fatigued. But if you have this strong foundation, you have the solid foundation, it's going to be easier to stay in place and not, there are so many ways you can injure yourself, but stepping wrong or landing from a jump and not really having a solid landing. That was a horrible explanation. But when you're landing from a jump and you're so fatigued that you're not able to handle the shock and the absorption of the floor, there are so many ways you can injure yourself, which is one of the things that strength training will help with. Strong muscles can easily or more easily absorb the shock from, for instance, a landing, because there's a lot of force, there's a lot of weight coming to the floor. We need to be able to be prepared for that. Stronger muscles also improve your stability, your mobility. It is going to help the joints because you're strengthening the muscles around the joints, and it's going to protect the joints. I've said joints very many times now. This is going to make it more likely that you're going to get sprains and strains. I'm hoping this all makes sense. I feel like it's just like this word vomit, but there is so much I want to say, and I'm like, I hope this is structured enough. But let's break it down again. So, strength training, why is it important? Number one, it's important to enhance your performance because you're going to be stronger. Stronger muscles can produce more force, which means you're going to be more powerful, more explosive. You're going to be able to handle the mat. You're going to not get fatigued as easily, which means you can focus more on artistic expression. You can focus more on, maybe straightening your lines more, maybe working on facial expressions. You can focus on your craft and your skill more because these things aren't in your way. Why should the strength and endurance be the things that are holding you back from getting better? If you have those as a nice base where you have the foundation, then you can work on becoming even better. This was supposed to be short and sweet. Number two, you are going to decrease, not eliminate, but decrease the risk of injury because you're going to have stronger joints, you're going to have stronger muscles, you're going to work on imbalances. You can pinpoint these points in the gym. If you have a side that is weaker, if you have a muscle group that is weaker, you can go to the gym and work on this particular part of your body. You can strengthen it, you can build it up so that you're more even throughout your body, which will make you more powerful in the studio, which will make it easier to do all of the things that are demanded from you. See how it all links together and intertwines? You're also going to improve your stability, your mobility. There are so many benefits to this. I say that I'm going to make it short and sweet, and then I just get carried away. Well, at least I care about what I talk about. So I really hope that this helped in some way, even though it was a word vomit. And no matter how much I try to break it down even more, it just takes over. But I hope that, with everything that I am giving you of information, with every video that I'm putting out, even though maybe this feels like a lot to take in and you're not quite convinced yet, that can happen. I hope that little by little I can help convince you what a powerful tool this is. This isn't necessarily, if you're doing this, then you're going to suddenly be the best dancer in the world. It can help, but it's a small but very important part. It is also one of the things that are going to ensure you have longevity in your career. It's going to make sure that you're going to feel your best for as long as possible. Because I know we might not always want to hear it, but we're humans too. We're not just dancers. You're going to have a life after your career. Maybe you have a career for your entire life. Maybe you only have it for a short while. But as a human as well, these things are so important. And again, if you want to have a longer career, this is really going to help you try to stay as healthy as possible. You're going to, again, be able to handle the demand that is put on your body. Because as we get older, we need to get stronger. I have put together a free ebook where I have this little workout guide. It is cookie cutter. It is not specific for anyone's needs. It's more of a little help if you are not used to the gym, because this one is tailored to if you have a gym, because we're using barbells and dumbbells, or you can choose between the two of them. So maybe if you have dumbbells at home, you could do this at home too. But this is my free guide to you, my help to you, so that if you need any guidance, you at least have somewhere to start. It's just going to build a very, very basic foundation, and then you can take it from there. But just a little intro, a little taste into what this is. It is scary if you've never gone to the gym before. If you have never done strength training before, I know it's a lot. Even though I've been in that world for a while, it is a lot and it can be confusing. But that's why I want to try to make it a little less confusing. Because if it can help just a little bit, then that is good enough for me. So I'm going to put the information down in the description box. Again, I hope this was a little bit helpful and it cleared some things up, and I will see you in the next one.